Oh, hello, hello. We are live, and I don't have my mic set it up. I'm a bit like on the fly running this session right now. I was having a great time with Adrienne about French and the rivers. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I'm just going to check in with you. How are you feeling today? I'm checking in if I'm live on YouTube. Normally, yes. Yes, I am live on YouTube. And normally I'm live also on LinkedIn. So thank you so much, anyone. Happy to hold the space for you. You can also join on my stream. I am I live on LinkedIn also. Thank you so much. This is also a special one wrapping up the day 27 and the day 28, like yesterday and today. And I'm going to talk about various things in French. Let me check if I am well audible on LinkedIn. Yes. So feel free to comment. I'm really glad to receive any question, anything that you would like me to talk about in French, because this is about languages and French. And oh la la, what amazing, amazing, amazing. So I'm receiving some messages that I'm going to catch up later. So amazing, amazing to be alive, amazing to be here. I was amazed about the sun. And at the same time, there are things that are happening in the world that I I cannot silence. I would like to stay with my heart towards the Vancouver inhabitants, the Filipino community of Vancouver, about what happened last weekend, about this tragedy. And we need to be together. Whatever happening in the world is impacting each other's on a vibrational level. Probably centuries and thousands of years before, anything that was happening was probably not reaching us, but subconsciously, yes, because we are in the global Earth field and we are grasping, we are receiving energies out there. And nowadays, anything that happens, we are aware hours and even minutes after the event. Whatever happens in the world, we are over informed. That was the case for so many things in the world, including the attacks in the Bataclan in Paris and the attacks in Brussels, the bombings, and anything that's happening, we are aware. So, conscience, we are conscious about that. Let me also remind you that you can join my stream by going to the linktree/FrenchHolly, and then you click to the restream, and you will be able to join my stream anytime so that we can interact. You can also interact by your comments in YouTube or LinkedIn, by telling me, asking me questions, giving me your feedback. You are welcome also the replay team to do that. I will go later to catch your questions. Anything that you would like me to talk about, the topics. So right now I'm going to talk about a festivity. I would like to honor the Filipino community because it's about something that happened, and of course it's a tragedy. There were deaths and wounded people, but it's about a festivity, a festival. something that is honoring Lapu-Lapu. And so I'm going now to talk about Lapu-Lapu because this is a festivity, and I think it's not only about Vancouver, it's about any place of the world where there is the Filipino culture. And my heart goes to the Filipino that were impacted in Vancouver because it's really sad, and what happened anywhere in the world is impacting each of us. So we have to stay strong to each other's to put our heart on there. And I'm not going to show myself on camera, but I'm going to share my screen so that you have also a sense of French vibes about that. And I'm going to translate it to you. And then in few days, I'm going to talk about my membership that I will open. I will open officially on the 8th of May, but I will open it a bit earlier, by the way. So here is the share about Wikipedia in French about Lapu-Lapu. And I'm going to pronounce the word in French and then to translate also in English so that you are not lost about what does it mean in French. And in my membership, I will also express some articles from Le Soir, that is a newspaper in French, and making the translation in English. That's for the membership function. But right now I'm going to give it my gifts of pronunciation, French, and translation for free for this session, and let me know also if you have any questions. So Lapu-Lapu is also a city, by the way. Lapu-Lapu, a city from the Philippines, of course, from the warlord Lapu-Lapu, located in the island of Mactan, in the provincia of Cebu, with 400,000 inhabitants. But I'm going to talk about the guerrier war. So Lapu-Lapu is a human being born in 1491 and until 1542. So his life ended when he was 49 years old. At 49, was the king of the island of Mactan near Cebu in the archipel of Visayas at the Philippines. Let me just check my battery. I'm going to plug my battery right now. So he entered in the legend for being the first responsible tribal to resist of the colonization of the Philippines from the Spanish conquistadors. And so in French, Lapu-Lapu, prononcé Lapu-Lapu, 1491. In fact, there is something that I would like to say also about French, is that French is not general, is local. Let me tell that I was saying 1491, but that's the Belgian way. The French way, which is also the Canadian way, is 1491, because French is not easy, my friends, but French is local. So in Belgium, 91, in France, Canada, Switzerland, 91, because it's like 80 plus 11. But that's my, just in the brackets, you know. 1491, 1542. And you can say 1400 or you can say 1400. It's another way. Or 1500 or 1500. It's up to you. Both are correct. Est roi de l'île de Mactan, près de Cebu, dans l'archipel des Visayas, aux Philippines. Il entre dans la légende pour avoir été le premier responsable tribal à avoir résisté à la colonisation des Philippines par les Espagnols. And so the festivity in Vancouver was to honor Lapu-Lapu, who resisted in the Spanish conquistadors. and you see the biography in French. Let me just say, if there are anyone live commenting, feel free to pour any message, any comment, so that I can acknowledge your amazing presence in my life, and also welcoming any of your questions. And of course, you can also go in the replay team. And this is to honor the Filipino community that were doing a festival in Vancouver and sadly was encountering a tragedy last weekend. And I'm doing this to pay tribute, to pay homage to the Filipino community. So I'm going to quote, list, express in French and also translate in English. First, I'm going to pronounce it, to translate in English the text, and then saying the pronunciation in French so that you have a clue about that. So here I will say the word I'm going to highlight will be il entre dans la légende. He enters in the legend. So it means that he was named in the history books. And let me tell you also something under the brackets. History books are also biased because there is history and then there are histories. Depending on the side, you will have different histories. So the history that is talked from US or from Spanish is not the history that was lived by the Filipinos. So you have to really merge or tell the true history. That's my rant. So il entre dans la légende. He enters in the legend. Another word is premier, which is first. There is ordinal and cardinal. And so premier, it's first, one. And then I will say also par, P-A-R, means from the Spanish. Then I'm going to now translate this in English. And at any point, feel free to comment or to ask any question. I'm going to show up as always and bringing value in French. Even if I don't have anyone live, I know that there will be my fantastic team of replay team that will comment, that will engage with me. So, biography. Indeed, invited by his king. Suzerain is a weird word, not so much used in French. If I highlight this, by the way, you will see a situation by which a region or nation is tributary of a more powerful entity. So he was a king, probably, or he was from another king. Le roi, the king, Humabon from Cebu, to accept the baptism required by Fernand of Magellan. He has the intuition that he should more be acts of allegiance to strangers. And that's why he declined the Christianization, the Christianism. By adopting that his intuition was right, Spanish would engage a punitive expedition, Lapu-Lapu, take the lead of the resistance in his kingdom. Indeed, Spanish people land certain of their victory, but Lapu-Lapu and his troops forced them to engage into fight, having still water, the feet in the water. So it means that the fight was not even in the land, but in the water. And gêné is something blocked by their armors. So thanks to this stratagem, the autochtone is like the people from the land are finishing victorious from the fight of Mactan. So Ferdinand of Magellan perished with arrows and poisoned arrows from the land, the people from the land. And Lapu-Lapu categorically refused to give back the body of Magellan. He is recognized as a hero, a national hero, having resisted to the colonist Spanish. So it's a festivity to honor the bravery and the victory of Lapu-Lapu against the colonizers, the Spanish colonizers. And even if Lapu-Lapu was not Muslim, the local Muslims are setting him also as hero. And the Filipino call Lapu-Lapu the local fish, by the way. These are Lapu-Lapu, the local fish. So it's really also, it's anecdotic, but it's also the name of a fish, Lapu-Lapu. And so you will see the English that is probably more wide, more there will be more information in English side, but I'm going to now pronounce it in French. En effet, invité par son suzerain, le roi Humabon de Sébou, à accepter le baptême requis par Ferdinand de Magellan, il a l'intuition qu'il doit plutôt s'agir de faire acte d'allégeance à des étrangers. C'est pourquoi il décline la christianisation, se doutant que s'il voyait juste, les Espagnols engageraient une expédition punitive. Lapu-Lapu prend la tête de la résistance dans son royaume. Effectivement, les Espagnols débarquent sûrs de leur victoire. Mais Lapu-Lapu et ses troupes les forcent à engager le combat, ayant encore les pieds dans l'eau, gênés par leurs armures. Grâce à ce stratagème, les autochtones sortent vainqueurs de la bataille de Mactan. You can say Mactan ou Mactan. Fernand de Magellan périt, percé de flèches, empoisonné. Lapu-Lapu refusa catégoriquement de restituer sa dépouille. That's the pronunciation in French. Next, il est reconnu comme un héros national ayant résisté aux colons espagnols. Bien que Lapu-Lapu n'était pas musulman, les musulmans locaux le revendiquent également comme héros. Les Philippins appellent Lapu-Lapu les mérous locaux, les poissons. poisson dont la consommation est très appréciée. So that's very interesting. So it's a tribe chief. And here is the picture, by the way, of Lapu-Lapu. And it was more than 5 centuries ago. 15, he died in 1521, I think. No, 1542, sorry. And so that's very interesting. Here now you have all the languages. You have 44 languages. You have English. And here, as always, in English, there is more details about his life. So feel free to check on. So commemorations. The government erected a statue in his honor on Mactan Island and renamed the town of Opon in Cebu to Lapu-Lapu City. A large statue of him, donated by South Korea, stands in the middle of Agrifina Circle in Rizal Park in Manila, replacing a fountain and roller skating rink. So that's very interesting. So that's me honoring Lapu-Lapu. Let me know in the comments, else I am going to talk about another thing. Oh, I'm going now to talk about Vancouver also. This was a special day also to stay with my heart to Vancouver and the Filipino community who were sadly impacted about the event that happened on Saturday evening. And that's something that is really sad because we should celebrate each other's. We should celebrate joy. So now I'm going to talk about Vancouver and pointing the French version. And so I'm going first to translate it in English with my own words, and then I'm going to pronounce it in French. And at any point, let me know if you have any question. Even the replay team, I'm really happy to engage with you. So, Vancouver in English, Vancouver in French. So here you have the pronunciation. I don't know if you will be able to hear it.
Vancouver.
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 So that's in English. Vancouver and Vancouver in Vancouver. So Vancouver est une ville, so I'm going first to say it in English, is a city of West Canada, located in the lowlands, continentals of the province of Colombie-Britannique. As such as city the most inhabited of the province, population is about around 706,000 inhabitants, and its city 2.5 million of inhabitants in 2022. The eighth biggest city and the third largest metropolitan area of Canada. Vancouver has the most high population density of all the country, with more than 5,400 inhabitants to square kilometers. It is one of the most diversified city of Canada on ethnical aspect. Notably linguistically, 52% of its inhabitants are not from English mother tongue, and 48.9 are not native from English or French, and 50% of residents belongs to minority groups. Vancouver is considered as one of the cities the most agreeable to live in Canada and in the world. It stays, however, one of the cities the most expensive to the world, notably in the reason of the housing cost. The municipality council are expecting to make Vancouver the city the most green of the world. Le Vancouverism corresponds to this philosophy of urbanization of the city. So this city was named originally Gastown and was developed around cutting wood sciery called Hastings Mills, built 1st July 1867 from the Marine John Dayton. Gastown is so officially recorded as a urban housing lotissement called Granville. The site was renamed Vancouver and incorporated as a city in 1886, thanks to an agreement with the Canadian Rail Company Pacific. The next year, the rail transcontinental extended and up to the city. The big maritime port, natural of the city on the Ocean Pacific, became an essential link for the commerce between the Orient and Europe and the east of Canada. And I can go on and on and on, but it's quite long, you know. So I'm going now to pronounce it in French. And of course, you can visit the English part. Let me know in the comments if you have any question about anything, any remark, any comment. So now I'm going to pronounce it. We are already on the 28th minute, and I'm going to end this session at 45. It's still time to go on the restream using the linktree/French40 if you want to join me. And I'm going to end in less than 20 minutes. So right now I'm going to pronounce it in French. Vancouver, ou Vancouver in English, est une ville de l'ouest du Canada, située dans les basses terres continentales de la province de Colombie-Britannique. En tant que ville la plus peuplée de la province, sa population s'élève à 706 012 habitants et son agglomération à 2,6 millions d'habitants en 2022, faisant d'elle la 8e plus grande ville et la 3e plus grande aire métropolitaine du Canada. Vancouver possède la densité de population la plus élevée de tout le pays, avec plus de 5 400 habitants au kilomètre carré. Elle est une des villes les plus diversifiées du Canada sur le plan ethnique, notamment 52% de ses habitants ne sont pas de langue maternelle anglaise. 48,9% ne sont des locuteurs natifs ni de l'anglais ni du français. Et 50,6% des résidents appartiennent à des groupes de minorités visibles. Vancouver est considérée comme l'une des villes les plus agréables à vivre au Canada et dans le monde. Elle demeure cependant une des villes les plus chères au monde, notamment en raison du coût du logement. Le conseil municipal projette de faire de Vancouver la ville la plus verte au monde. Le vancouverisme correspond à cette philosophie de l'urbanisme de la ville. La ville se nommait à l'origine Gastown et s'est développée autour d'une scierie appelée Hastings Mills, construite le 1er juillet 1867 par le marin John Dayton. Gastown est alors officiellement enregistré comme un lotissement urbain appelé Granville. Le site fut renommé Vancouver et il est incorporé comme cité en 1886 grâce à un accord avec la compagnie de chemin de fer canadien Pacifique. L'année suivante, le chemin de fer transcontinental a été étendu jusqu'à la ville. Le grand port maritime naturel de la ville sur l'océan Pacifique est devenu un maillon essentiel dans le commerce entre l'Extrême-Orient, l'Europe et l'Est du Canada. And last but not least, I'm going to express pronouns in French the last two paragraphs and then I'm going to end. So I'm going to hope also, Mr. Henri, that you have a great day. I did. It's really sunshine. And what a blessing to see you on the line, on live. Let me know if you have any question, any remark. It's the first part was about talking about Lapu-Lapu, a warrior from the Philippines that was celebrated from the Filipino community all around the world and having a festival in Vancouver, and sadly was a crazy guy killing people through his car, and it's really sad. But at the same time, I wanted to celebrate the Filipino community and talking about Lapu-Lapu, a warrior. We need to be warriors nowadays, and also warriors, the warrior of words, to stay with our heart, with people that has difficult moments, like people in Vancouver, especially people from the Filipino community. So that's why I was talking about Lapu-Lapu and the festivity of Lapu-Lapu, a warrior. And then for the second part that I'm going through right now, it's about talking about Vancouver and the city itself. So I'm going to pronounce now the rest of the section, not going to express the whole article because I'm going to an end in 12 minutes, but I'm going to express the rest in French. So I am now going to do that. Vancouver fut l'hôte de nombreuses conférences et événements internationaux comme les Jeux de l'Empire britannique et du Commonwealth de 1954, la conférence Habitat 1 de l'ONU en 1976, that's the French way, and 76, that's the Belgian way. L'exposition spécialisée de 1986, le sommet de l'APEC en 1997, that's the French way, 1997, that's the Belgian way, les Jeux mondiaux des policiers et pompiers en 1989 et 2009, plusieurs matchs de la Coupe du monde féminine de football 2015, dont la finale au stade BC Place, les Jeux olympiques et paralympiques d'hiver de 2010 et le Congrès ornithologique international en 2018. En 1969, Greenpeace a été fondé à Vancouver. La ville est devenue le siège permanent des conférences TED en 2014. Depuis 2016, Port Métro Vancouver est le quatrième plus grand port en tonnage des Amériques, le plus achalandé et le plus grand du Canada, ainsi que le plus diversifié d'Amérique du Nord. La foresterie demeure sa plus grande industrie et Vancouver est connu pour être un centre urbain entouré par la nature, ce qui fait du tourisme sa deuxième industrie. Les grands studios de cinéma de Vancouver et de Burnaby, à proximité, ont transformé le Grand Vancouver et les régions voisines en l'un des plus grands centres de production cinématographique d'Amérique septentrionale, ce qui lui a valu le surnom de Hollywood North. And I'm going to now also quickly translate it in English. Vancouver was hosting numerous conferences and events international as the Britannic Empire and Commonwealth in 1948. Conference habitat like housing of the WHO ONU is WHO I think. The specialized exposition, the summits, the policemen and firefighters mondial plays, a match of the World Cup feminine football, and the Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2010, Ornithology Congress, and Greenpeace was founded in Vancouver, and also the host of the TED conference. So, since 2016, Port Metro Vancouver is the fourth more biggest port in tonnage ton, in Americas. More achalandé means furnished. The biggest of Canada and the most diversified of North America. The forestry, like the forest, the trees industry. Talking was also surrounded by nature, with tourism, and also about the cinema, and named the North Hollywood North. So that's it. I can talk and on, but I'm going now to be aware about time. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching me until the end. If you have any question, it is now. Thank you also for joining live and joining on the replay team. This was the 27th and the 28th day of the NaPodPoMo, by the way, the National Podcast Post Month. That I'm going to continue until the 21st June. Normally it's really ending on the 30th of April, but I'm going to continue anyway until the end, until my 49th birthday. With that, my friends, I wish you the best. I say to you, see you tomorrow for the 30th day. If you have any question, let me know. You can also DM me or sending me an email. You have my linktree/FrenchHolly, and I'm happy to give you some nuggets about French. And in a few days, I'm going to talk also about my membership. Then I'm going to whistle and blissels and bell, my membership. I'm really proud of that. And I can say also that I have already honorary members. My first honorary members are Margaret Martinez, woohoo, Jay Pasqua, Aren't you ready? Yip, yip, yip. Dr. Constance Lehner. Whoopoo, whoopoo, whoopoo. Adrian Gergish. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And Angela Murillo. Ay, ay, ay. So these are my honorary members, and I cannot wait to have my first founding members. This is a special occasion, founding members from the 8th of May until the 21st of June. Officially in the 8th of May, but it will be open a bit like earlier. With that, my friends, I send you my good vibes, my love, my hugs, my chocolate, and thank you so much. Also, for supporting me, look at the right side, the coffee. You can scan the QR code and you can also pour some love. Pay me your coffee, please. Support me. And I cannot wait to talk about my membership. There is so much value that I'm going to pour to you about French and about languages, because it's not only about French, it's also about languages. So, arigato, dankeschön, sayonara, and see you very soon. Keep shining, everyone. We have to shine. We have to bring the joy. Bring the joy.